Hey guys, so today we're going to be taking a look here and breaking down the incoming LF tag and new succession mechanic, Trunks and Future Gohan. And then we do have a new sparking Android 18, which we pretty much know nothing about because they showed nothing from her kit yesterday. I did a super in-depth breakdown video for this character yesterday, so if you want to see the full thing, you want to see me going through the entire kit, I would definitely recommend checking that one out. We can take a look at their stats here. They do seem to be more of a blast character. They are a range type, so that does confirm things. Go ahead and press this. Let's see what their stats are like. Oh, they're pretty even. Yeah, so these are pretty even stats, which is good because then you can run them on a strike or a blast team. That doesn't really matter. You can do either one. Yeah, they're doing this a lot recently. A lot of characters are. You know what it is? It's either characters are like almost completely balanced or they're super one way or the other, right? We have characters like Daima Goku who are just like essentially just super one-dimensional mega strike. We have characters who are super dimensional mega blast, or they're even. There's no like in between. There's either really, really extreme one direction or the other direction. Just it's kind of how they're going, which I'm actually okay with that. So if we factor in the title boosts and the 13,000 arts boosts, so we subtract around 8,000. Defensively, they're looking pretty damn insane. They're over 190 to blast defense, and they're just under 190 to strike defense. That's actually their defense stats? The hell? It's insane. Crazy defenses. Offenses are not the greatest for this character for sure. They're just going to be over barely 250 to both, but yeah, that's not really... Those are certainly not 2025 summonable LF character premium stats for offenses, but defenses are crazy. They hold a blast that heals by 5%. Okay. They already heal with their strike card, yeah. So they're going to get a lot of healing from just using cards. This character, of course, on a ton of different teams. They're on Future, Sun Family, Vegeta Clan, and Hybrids. So they're on 4 real teams. Just to quickly go over this character, obviously the biggest thing about them is that they are the first ever, I guess you could just quote-unquote call them a revive. Technically, it's the succession mechanic, but the major difference is when you have characters that have the anti-revive mechanics in their kits, technically the way this character's ability is worded, it says changes to Trunks' youth when health reaches 0, not revives when health reaches 0. So if you take a look at how the anti-revival mechanics in this game are worded, it says the effects activate when activating a revive when health reaches 0 effect. This is not a revive when health reaches 0 effect. This is a change when health reaches 0 effect. So I'm assuming this is going to be something that's going to be unique, I think, almost to a tag character situation, because otherwise you wouldn't really change to a different character, right? Because even like PyCon Gogeta is a revive. It's not a succession mechanic. So probably something like this is going to be exclusive to tag characters, but we will see. So we have, technically, it is a transformation. Let me actually just check and see if the stats do go up when you press the transformation. And of course they do, yeah. All right, so, yeah, that's a lot of defense, man. Over 200,000 to both defenses once the transformation is on. That's what? 200,000 strike, 203,000 blast. And then he's going to be low 270s to strike and like low to mid 270s to blast. Yeah, it's a lot of stats once you got the transformation going for this guy. So pretty good. Most important things to note about this character, in terms of positives, this character is going to have obviously the succession mechanic, which means that it's going to function pretty closely to indestructible comebacks in terms of being able to defend against Ultra Beast Gohan Special Beam Cannon, which is easily the most meta-defining mechanic right now, that active gauge Special Beam Cannon. Essentially what you want to do, I think, is probably use this character, switch into them when you think you're going to be susceptible to being hit by the Special Beam Cannon. Obviously, it's not going to be perfect. Gohan can still snipe people out with it, but this character does at least still have this ability to, I guess, deter the Special Beam Cannon from always being 100% guaranteed killing somebody, so that's good. They do have, now we know, very high defenses, and they seem to be a pretty combo-centric character, so we'll see how that's going to work. some not so great things about this character. On the Trunks side, they don't have blast armor on strikes for whatever reason. The Gohan side does, but Trunks doesn't. Trunks gets blast armor when he actually gets the transformation off. Also, one other thing I do want to mention is the blue card is a ranged blue when Trunks transforms, which is crazy strong. We know how strong endurance nullifying blue cards are, endurance nullifying long range blue cards are from characters like Purple Ultimate Gohan. This is what this is, basically. This is really strong. Critical rate up, special move damage up, sustained damage cut penetration. Like, this is a really strong range blue card here. So this will be interesting to see in action. But yeah, Trunks doesn't have blast armor on his strike cards, and this character technically doesn't have cover null on entry. They get cover null through two ways. Number one is the green card. Both sides get cover null for 10 counts through the green card, and then when they have their unique gauge filled up, which it doesn't really seem that hard to do. If you go back to because remember, this character starts as Gohan. They're gonna start the fight with 90% of their unique gauge filled up, so they're gonna get cover null very quickly, but it's not immediate, right? So it's kind of similar to like God Goku a little bit, where God Goku needs to actually land a card first. That's essentially what I'm thinking this character's going to be like. They're going to start 90% unique gauge. You're going to land one card, and then after that first card, they're going to have the unique gauge filled up. So then they'll have cover null. Something else as well is they don't seem to get a ton of key on entry, just 20 here when they're faced with an enemy. So yeah, we'll see. We'll see. So there are a few weaknesses for sure. I don't think this character is going to be some like dominant, broken top 3 level character, but I think they do seem very competent. Maybe something, I don't know, top 8, top 6. We'll see. They seem pretty solid to me. So there is Trunks and Future Gohan. Let's take a look at Android 18. So we know nothing about this character. She is a yellow future powerful opponent. Huh? Okay. All right. By the way, because she is a future Android 18 instead of just the normal Android 18, she is going to be on Powerful Opponent, which definitely helps a lot. So she is on Android's future and Powerful Opponent, so 3 like actual teams. Girls, unironically, has been getting a lot of characters recently. We have her, Videl, Mai, like started to build up the girls team. Maybe they're trying to build up the girls team because they're gonna drop something like Dr. Rinsu from Diamond. I'm just trying to think like new Diamond Ponzi. I don't know. We'll see. Maybe that's why they're trying to get some girls help in here. She is a support type. Okay. And she also has essentially even stats as well. Nice. Gonna have pretty low offenses though. It's like 230. 230 to both offenses is certainly not that's definitely not a very high amount of offense. Defenses are solid. 180 to strike defense and then mid 180s to blast. That is good. For a support, if this character really is a traditional, like, really good support character, then I would prefer if the structure was this way, where the offenses are lower but defenses are higher. That's fine. Normal strike and a blast, that's held. Normal strike card, blast card damage up. 10% blast damage inflicted by allies for 10 counts on hit. Okay. So supporting effect on this. Blue card is the Excel Dance. We know this is a melee blue. Deals massive impact damage. Upon activation, 30% of special move damage inflicted. Applies attribute upgrade. Shortens substitution count by 2 to self for 10 counts. Shortens ally sub count by 1. Seals enemy strike arts on hit for 8 counts. That's a long time. Seal for 8 counts? Usually we don't see that. Usually it's like 5. All right, the green card, the Joy of Killing Boredom. This is a stop time green card. Draws a card, 10% HP, 30 key, 50% damage inflicted by allies. Okay, nice support. 15 counts of cover null, activates 3 times. Not sure why they put a restriction on that. Shortens ally sub count by 2. Okay, I mean, cover null on here, supporting the team. Okay, seems good. The ultimate is Energy Tide. This is also, of course, a melee ultimate. Massive impact damage. Upon activation, 30% to ultimate damage inflicted for 3 timer counts. Shortens substitution count by 2 to self for 10 timer counts. Shortens ally sub count by 1. Seals enemies blast arts on hit for 10 counts. Wow. I mean, ultimates at this point aren't even really that powerful. just because of Beast Gohan. A strategy that people can use is obviously just to like use an ultimate just to get rid of Beast Gohan's like buff removal and gauge if he's switched in with Beast, but I don't know. We'll see. This seems okay. Unfortunately, this does not nullify endurance, so I'm not. Yeah, at least there's blast armor though, unlike my. All right, main ability draws the ultimate arts. 20% health, 50 key, not card or speed. Increases Dragon Balls by 1. Okay. Canceling attribute downgrades in normal conditions is very strong now. Seals all enemies' main abilities for 10 counts. Okay, so you could actually seal transformations. There's a lot of transforming characters now. Sure. Android's future, powerful opponent, strike and blast, double defense. And then 18% to Android's blast attack. Okay. All right, so here's what we got for the unique ability. 120% damage, 70% reduced damage received, 50% to own key recovery, card draw speed, 10% damage inflicted by ally attack, Android's future powerful opponent. 10%, that's it. Also applies the following effects self if character Android 17 as a battle member. 30% damage inflicted, nullifies enemies, restores health when it reaches 0 effects. Okay, they gave her endurance null permanently. Okay, that's a big boy ability. That is a big time ability. Something to note about this. I'll probably have to, I might just test this in the first showcase I do. Character Android 17, if you guys remember, there is a awakened Android equipment. It is the Android 17 awakened Android equipment. I think it gives HP and I think it's like blast defense per Android battle member. It's like very good. It used to be ran all the time on the Androids team. The requirement to use that, I believe it's Androids. What is it, like Android's movies and then Android 17. Android 17 is one of the conditions. Super 17 can use the equipment. So I think this game classifies Super 17 as Android 17. So I think this should activate if you use this character alongside Super 17. I'm pretty sure. So we'll test that in the first showcase we do with her, but that's pretty important because Super 17 is the best 17 right now, right? Following effects occur when this character enters the battlefield. 30 key. Oh, she gets more key than Trunks and Gohan. Randomly draws one new card, move 3 or fewer cards, 90% damage, and then destroys one enemy card. All right, so she's getting a lot of damage here. 120, 10 is going to affect herself, right? That's 130. Is 170. No, sorry, 160. And then 90. It's 250. So she's got 250% damage inflicted already. Falling effects occur every time an ally uses an arts card while this character is not defeated. Oh. Restores own health by 3%, activates twice. Activation count resets after ally character switches. Shortens own subcount by 1. Activation count resets. 10% to damage inflicted by allies for 10 timer counts. This is really good. By the way, when it says restores own health, I believe that just means this character's health, not the current ally's health. So this character is supporting the team from standby with this. So essentially, you're going to have 10% support here. You're going to have 10% support here every time the ally uses a card up to 30. So you're going to get 40% damage support from this character. Shortening sub count, healing her. Shortens own sub count by 3 when an enemy activates a special move arts, ultimate arts, awaken arts, or rising rush while this character's on standby. She can have death buffs or endurance. Why does she have this? Let's check. Cover change against strike. Yeah, dude, there's 90% of the current roster has cover changes against strikes. It's very strikes cover changes. I mean, I want to even say you almost don't even really need cover null right now, just because blast cover changes don't really exist. Like every character cover changes against strikes. Falling effects occur when hit with an enemy's art stack while this character is on the battlefield. Activates once. Reduce impact, explode, and slice damage received by 10%. Reduce enemy key by 20. Oh yeah, activates once. I was gonna say that's unlimited times. No way. Inflicts all enemies with attribute downgrade -1 to arts card draw speed for 10 counts. Yeah, that's really good. By the way, just a detour real quick. This character, where is it? I believe it was this. So I mentioned this in my breakdown yesterday. Falling effects occur every time when faced with an enemy. Inflicts enemy with attribute downgrade -1 to arts card draw speed level for 5 timer counts. I mentioned how this is not as good because it only affects the current enemy. And then people are commenting, it's when faced with an enemy, so it's always going to affect whoever's on the battlefield, which is true, but it's still worse. Right? Because if this affected all enemies, what would happen is you would swap into this character. They would apply the -1 card draw speed to the entire enemy team. And then if the enemy switched, they would apply it again to the entire enemy team. And then the current enemy would have -2 card draw speed levels. That's why it matters. So whenever you have these card draw speed down debuffs, it's always, always, always better when it's the entire enemy team instead of just the current enemy. That's why I said that. All right, we already took a look at this one. Yeah, the card draw speed down, activation count resets. Yep, falling effects occur when an ally is hit with an enemy's art stack while this character is not defeated. 40% damage for 15 counts. That's for this character though, right? Yeah. -5 to own arts cost, 15 counts. Cover null for 15 counts. Shortens ally sub count by 1. That's good. Shortening sub count by 1 is good because it just lowers the entire enemy team sub counts. Falling effects occur when this character is switched to standby. Randomly draws 1 new card. That's really good. Restores ally health by 10% and key by 20. 10% to allies' health restoration. Applies the following effects to allied tag android's future or powerful opponent when this character is defeated. Oh, she does have death buffs. Okay, that's why she has this. I guess, because I guess they want you to sack her off. Restores health by 10%, 30% damage permanently, 10% health restoration permanently. Applies attribute upgrade, shortens sub count by 2 for 20 counts. Okay. Not bad. Would have been better, I think, if it just had, like, Dragon Ball gain for you or destruction for the opponent. But I think she seems pretty good, actually. This Android 18 seems pretty solid. When you compare this character to like the same slot last year was Yellow Pan, probably gonna say this is a better 1% Sparky. Definitely. Okay. Let's take a look at some equipment. We should have a decent amount of new equipment this time. We should have a new PvP equip. We should have a new Awakened equip, and we should have a new Co-op equip. Is there no PvP equip? Hello? Maybe it's down more. It's probably this. Hybrid Saiyan. Yeah, this is it. 15% to strike, 10% health, 15% to blast, 12% to pure blast if this character is episode Android Saga. Oh. Android Saga. So like any Trunks. So like the green LF Trunks can use this, but obviously he's not going to want to because it's more blast oriented. But like any future character we get that is a Trunks from like the Android Saga, we'll be able to make use of this. Who else? Gohan? If there's like a Android Saga Gohan, if there's like a, I don't even know, because Gohan doesn't really fight, right? Gohan doesn't fight in the Android Saga at all. Because he doesn't start training with Goku until the Cell Saga. Yeah. Okay, I don't know if this is going to be super crazy moving forward, but at least for Gohan and Trunks, this is obviously very good. All right, let's see. This should be the new co-op equip. Sun Family, Vegeta Clan, or Android. Okay, it's like every... I want to say every character in the game, but this is like insane. The amount of characters that can use this is insane. 10% to strike defense, 35% to blast defense. 20% to own blast defense if there are 2 or more future battle members. And then 10% to health. This is like a mega defense equip. 20% to pure blast defense. So, dude, the blast defense on this is just ridiculous. 35% to base blast defense, 20% to pure blast defense. For 2 future battle members. Damn, you know who wants this? Who do you guys think wants this? Unfortunately, cannot use this. All right. And then we should have an Awaken equip. I think it's going to be that blue Vegeta equipment. No, it's the future Gohan one. Okay. This is the blast one. I remember this. Future and range type. So Vegito Blue can use this. Red Mai can use this. 20% strike defense, 15% to blast attack, 15% to blast defense, 18% to blast attack, and then 10% to pure blast when Sun Family or Vegeta Clan is a battle member. Yeah, this thing's really good. This is giving 33% to base blast and 10% to pure blast. This thing is really good. And it's pretty easy to get, the conditions on this. Ranged future. I wish you could... I think a quality of life update they should add is, for these conditions, you should be able to just tap on this, and then it should display like all the characters that could use the equipment. Future and range. I mean, we could go to the list. So if we go... Where's future? Future... And then ranged. Vegito Blue, Mai, these guys who might get a Zenkai soon. Vegeta and Trunks. We have Revival Cell. We have the purple cell appear. This Vegeta. Yeah, dude, this... I feel like this might be a 3 times Awaken Equip farm for this one. This one seems pretty good. All right, well, there we go. That is going to be the breakdown for this week's update. So we do have a bunch of stuff coming. We have a few raids. I think there's 2 raids coming. We have a new season of co-op. We have a new season of PvP. We have, obviously, a new banner. So pretty eventful week, I think, actually, for this like post Legends Fest after party campaign, whatever they're calling it. Next week, I think there's a good chance we could get another LF Zenkai, potentially the androids or Yellow Future Gohan. And then the week after that is going to be the final week of the month, which is when we should get the next character for this month, the final release of January, which last year was Super 17, then 2 years ago was Ultra Hit, so it could be an Ultra. We'll see. I think Super Saiyan 3 Vegeta from Daima is probably the favorite for this one, but you know, maybe like Ultra Cell or something could be coming. Ultra Fusion Zamasu. We'll see. Let me know what you guys think. Hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you in the next one.